What's up, 8th grade? Mr. Agnos here. In this video, I'm going to do 2 questions from homework 2-1K just to give you some help. Okay, this is actually, I'm not going to start with this one. I'm going to do this one second. All right, it says a rental company rents a luxury car at a daily rate of $38.53 plus 50 cents per mile. Paul is allotted, that means he's given, like maybe by his company or something like that, that he works for. They give him $130 for a car rental each day. Write an equation to represent the cost C of renting a car and driving X number of miles. How many miles can Paul drive on the $130? So one thing that's confusing about digits is they ask multiple questions. Right? They ask multiple questions here in their initial paragraph, and a lot of times that can be overwhelming. So just read through it once, and then the first question is actually right here, right? Which equation represents the cost of renting a car and driving X miles? That's the first question, and then we'll get to the second. All right, let's go through here and see what information we got. It says, write an equation to represent the cost C of renting a car and driving X miles. All right, so X is going to be the number of miles that we drive. I gotta turn down the sensitivity of my mouse. I'll do that for the next video. So X equals the number of miles that we drive, and C is going to be the total cost. Okay, it costs $38.53 plus 50 cents per mile. So that sentence right there actually gives you the equation that you need. This right here is written in English, and we just have to translate that into math. So that's what I'm going to do. I have $38.53. That gets me the car. That gets them to hand over the keys. So imagine going to the counter, renting the car, because you guys rent cars all the time, right? And I pay $38.53. I sign a bunch of forms, and they hand me the keys. Okay? Well, now I have the car. I paid $38.53, but I haven't driven any miles yet. So that's where the plus 50 cents per mile comes in. So plus, well, that's pretty obvious. I'm going to need a plus 50 cents per mile. I think I said in a previous video that anytime you see the word per, so there it is right there, that means multiplication. So I'm going to do 50 cents per mile, and X is my number of miles. So 50 cents, so that's my 0.50 times the number of miles. And this all together, depending on how many miles I drive, will equal the total cost. Okay, so let's go through this equation and see why it makes sense. This is the daily fee. This is what I have to pay just to get them to hand over me the keys. And then we're going to add to that. It's going to get more expensive, not less expensive, right? If something was getting less expensive, I would subtract here. But this is going to get more expensive, so we're going to add 50 cents for every mile that I drive. So if I drive 1 mile, it's going to be 50 cents. 2 miles, $1. 4 miles, $2. 6 miles, $3, and so on. And then this amount will get added to the $38.53, and the two together equal my total cost. So now I'm going to go ahead and look at my choices. Look at choice A. C is equal to 38.53x plus 50. Notice that for choice A, 38.53 is being multiplied by the variable. This is saying, hey, you're paying $38 for every single mile, right? That's not what's happening. We want it where it's the 0.50 times the number of miles. So this one is no good. Let's look at choice B. This one says the total cost is $38.53, and that's equal to 2 variables multiplied by each other plus 50 cents one time. Well, that makes no sense whatsoever. Let's look at choice C. The total cost is equal to $38.53 plus 50 cents per mile. There it is. That is the one we are looking for. Now it's not written it's written in a slightly different order than ours is. But remember, when two things are equal, it doesn't matter if I hold them like this or if I hold them like this. They're still equal, right? And then looking at the last one, yeah, it has $38.53 as the total cost. It has C over here. That one makes no sense either. So in this situation, this one is going to be our answer. Got it? All right, now they want us to find the actual number of miles. So now we have to solve the equation. It says Paul can travel how many miles? Well, this is where the second piece of information comes in handy. I'm going to delete all of this stuff. So now I need to pay attention to this statement right here. How many miles can Paul travel on the $130? What that is saying is that the $130 is the total cost, right? That's the total cost. So I'm going to take that 130 and I'm going to plug it in for C right here. So I'm going to rewrite this equation as 38.53 plus 0.50x is equal to 130. Okay, this is a two-step equation. And remember, we always want to get rid of the number that does not have the variable, right? Using addition or subtraction. So we always want to get rid of the number that has no variable. We call that a constant because it's always equal. It's constantly worth 38.53. So the way I get rid of $38.53 is by subtracting $38.53. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 38.53 from each side. And I know I said I was going to make two videos. I'm changing my mind. This one's going a little longer, so I will make this one video, and I may make another one in the future, depending on how many questions I get. All right, these are going to cancel. I'm left with 0.50x is equal to whatever this is. So go ahead, pull up your calculator. Where is my calculator? It's not letting me scroll because of the format that I'm in here with my software. So I'm just going to do it on my phone. So on my phone, I am doing 130 minus 38.53 equals 91.47. Hopefully you can see that. So this is going to be 91.47. All right, and then the last thing we do is, well, since we're multiplying our variable by 0.5, we're going to divide by 0.5 on both sides. So I'm going to divide by 0.5. I'm going to divide by 0.5. Those are going to cancel. And I'm going to do it on my calculator again. And I get 182.94. So remember, that is our value of x. That means that Paul can travel 182.94 miles for 130 bucks. If he drives any further than that, he's going to have to pay more than 130. So let me go ahead and write that here. 182.94, and then let me type it in, and hopefully we got it correct. 182.94. Notice it says type an integer or decimal. So an integer would be like a positive or negative whole number. I know that's okay. A positive or negative number with no decimals, and then this would be a decimal like I have here. Check answer. We got it. Okay, hit me up in the comments if you have questions, or send me an email. I hope this video was helpful for that type of problem.